Hello everyone. So today we will continue with the vocabulary of the lesson, that is Journey to the Top. That is a story of Bichendri Pal. So I hope you remember the story and you have revised the story. Now let's get into the vocabulary. The first one is, the following are the meanings of words that you have read. Find out the word from the text and fill in the blanks. As a clue, the first letter of the word is given. One is done for you. Okay. So now what did they say? They say that this is the clue. It says which para it is in. Now you have to find the similar word in that para to the clue. Okay, so for example, after a period of time or delay. So that is in para 1. Now what does that mean? After a period of time or delay means eventually. So like that we have to do for the next 5 questions. The highest point of a mountain, para 7. So it starts with S. Now let's go back to para 7 and see what that means. The highest point of a mountain. Para 7. Okay. So highest, they face many setbacks including avalanche. So this doesn't mean that. Peak, it can be peak. Peak is also highest point, but it starts with S. So again, let's read. Conquer the summit. See, summit is the top of the mountain. So that is what it says in the question, and it starts with S. So it is summit. Write down summit here. An experienced and trusted advisor. Para 5, M. So it starts with M. Let's go back to para 5 and see. M. So we found it in the first line itself. It is called mentor, advisor or guide. So a trusted person is called as mentor. mentor. Fill that in the blank. Mentor. Next, a mass of snow and ice tumbling rapidly down a mountain. I have explained this to you when we were reading the lesson. I hope you remember. So now what does that mean? A mass of snow and ice tumbling rapidly down a mountain is in para 7. Let's go back to para 7. And it starts with which letter? A. Okay. They faced many setbacks, including an avalanche. So a mass of snow, ice, and rocks falling rapidly down a mountainside. So you have to fill that blank with avalanche. 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 So fill that in the blank. Next, a personal account of one's own life. Para 9, it starts with A. I have explained this word also to you in the lesson. Bichendri Pal has put together all her experiences of mountaineering in her autobiography. As I've told you, autobiography is a book that is written about one's own life. So fill in the blank with autobiography. 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 Okay, the last one. A journey or a voyage for a particular purpose, especially exploration, scientific research, or war. Para 6, and it starts with E. Bichendri was selected for the Indian Everest expedition. As I've told you, expedition means something that you're going to do. As they've said in the clue, it is a scientific research or war or anything. So that is called as expedition. So fill that blank with expedition. 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 Okay, so for the next one, pick out the words from paragraph 2 which describe Bachendri Pal. From paragraph 2. Okay, let's go back to paragraph 2. Okay, now this is paragraph 2. Let us look at the words that we have to write down in those blanks which describe Bachendri Pal. Okay, so now, always a rebellious child. So, okay, before we get into this, describing words means adjectives. So we call describing words as adjectives. So what they mean is that we have to find adjectives. That is the words that describe Bichendri Pal in para 2. Always a rebellious child. So rebellious means very fighting type, fighting that a child who fights. So rebellious, it's an adjective. It is describing who Bajendri Pal is. So write down this word in the blank. Rebellious. Okay, next. Bachendri loved wandering in the snow-clad Garhwal Himalayas. She dreamt of flying in aeroplanes and meeting famous people, and this always amused her family. She was an active child and did well in her studies at school. She excelled in sports too. So, excelled in sports is another adjective. So, write down that. This whole thing, write this thing. Excelled, Excelled, excelled in sports, sports. So, write down this excelled in sports in the blank. And then she amused her family, did well in her study. She is an active child. So active child, that is also another adjective. So write down that active child. Okay, you can write down did well in her studies at school, but because we've already mentioned active child, that's okay. Because did well in her studies at school is also describing her, so that is also an adjective. Then she climbed together with a group of 12-year-old classmates, which is of 4,000 meters height during a picnic. As she could not come down before nightfall, she had to spend the night there without food or shelter along with others. Okay, so next, we have to write down another point. Okay, so now let's see where else we can call her. Oh, here. She was independent and fearless. So independent and fearless is another adjective that you can use to describe Bichendri Pal. So write down this in the last blank. Independent and fearless. Independent, and fearless, fearless. Okay, so these are the first two exercises. Note down the answers in your blanks. Don't forget to note them down. Okay, so we have done these 4. Next, work in pairs. Write 3 words which describe you and your friend. So this is another self-assessment exercise, that is you have to do by yourself. You see, you have gone to school with your friends. So now, even that both of you and your friend are not together, you know some things about your friend. So Write down things that you can describe about yourself and write down things that you can describe about your friend. So about you, you can write you are very careful. You can write your friend is very responsible, like that. Okay. Next, answer each of the following questions and compare your answers with those of your partner. Okay, so now the next exercise, answer each of the following questions and compare your answers with those of your partner. Okay, so now for these questions, we will go back to the solutions and so that you can write down these answers in your notebook. Describe the trade of Bachendri Pal's father. Okay, here. Describe the trade of Bachendri Pal's father. The answer is her father was a border tradesman who would take wheat flour and rice from India to Tibet on mules, horses, and goats. So this answer was there when we read in the lesson. So write down this answer as the answer for this question. Next, write about Bachendri's love for adventure and mountains. From the childhood, she loved wandering in the snow-clad Himalayas. She had a zeal of climbing Himalayan mountains. So zeal means that she loved to for climbing the Himalayan mountains. She climbed with a group at the age of 12. She had a desire to climb Mount Everest and decided to join advanced mountaineering course and climbed the Gangotri and Rudugaira in an advanced camp. Finally, she was selected for the Indian Everest expedition in 1984. Her dream had come true on 23rd May 1984. Okay, so this is the answer. It's a long answer, but please note it down in your notes. Next question. Why did Bachendri apply to NIM for a course? Bachendri applied to NIM Uttarkashi for the basic mountaineering course. NIM is Nehru Institute of Mountaineering. Okay, so she applied it for the mountaineering course. Name the awards given to Bachendri Pal. I have asked you to remember these awards when I was teaching you the lesson, so that is why for this question we have to answer with these awards. Arjuna Award, Padma Shri and National Adventure Award, Yash Bharati Award by the Government of Uttar Pradesh and the Gold Medal by the Government of Uttar Pradesh and the Gold Medal by the Indian Mountaineering Foundation are some of the awards given to Bachendri Pal. If you think I am going fast, please pause the video and note down the answer. Question 5. As students, what do we learn from Bachendri Pal's life? The students should have goal in their life. To achieve that goal, determination, perseverance, hard work, and love are necessary. Students could learn these characters from Bachendri Pal's life. So we know what determination is. Determination means focus. Perseverance means that if you want to do something, you will put in all the efforts to do that something. So that goal should always be in your mind that you want to do it. So you should put your efforts to achieve that goal. That is called perseverance. Question 6. In which paragraphs do you find the following information about Bachendri Pal? Discuss. So in which paragraph do you see this is what they're asking? She was not only interested in mountaineering but also in education. Her BA graduation thrilled her parents who had wanted her to be the first girl in the village with a degree. Okay, so now let's see in which para these are there. So let's go back to our textbook. So what does that say? It says she was not only interested in mountaineering but also in education. So which para can we find this? We can find this in fourth para, because here she says her BA graduation thrilled her parents. So here it says that her interest in studies is also, she has interest in studies also. So write down para 4. Next, her mountaineering excellence was recognized. Okay, so now where did that? In para 6, because here she was selected for the Indian Everest expedition. Because she was selected only, that we could recognize her skills in mountaineering. So para 6. Okay, next. Her greatest contribution to the poor woman with mountaineering skills. Now that was somewhere in the last paragraphs. Somewhere up. So this paragraph here, this scheme would take care of the monetary worries. Bachendri, whose family was under economic pressure, became an instructor here and reduced her family financial burden. So here, poor woman with mountaineering skills. That is in this para, fifth para, because she joined this Bhagirathi 7 Adventures Club, where women with a low financial background are helped. So that is in para 5. Okay. So now let's go back to the exercises. Okay. Language in use. Look at the following sentences from the text Journey to the Top. He eventually settled near Uttarkashi, where he got married. Okay, this is in para 1. Her graduation thrilled her parents, who wanted her to be the first girl in the village with a degree. This is in para 4. In the sentences above, the words printed in bold letters relate the two parts of the sentence. These connecting words are called relative pronouns or conjunctions. Who, which, where, why, and what can be used as relative pronouns. Okay, so that is what are they saying is, as we've seen in these two sentences, this where is joining a single sentence, and here who is joining it into single sentences. If where and who are not there, then this whole sentence would have been, for the first sentence, if where was not there, it would have been divided into two different sentences. But because there is where, it is made into one sentence. It is the same with the second sentence also. Because of who, it is divided, it is made into one single sentence. If who wasn't there, it would have been divided into different sentences. So that is what are they saying is, these words like where, who, which, why, and what can be used as relative pronouns. And these connecting words are also called as conjunctions. Okay, next, find out the sentences from the text with relative pronouns. Okay, so now I want you to do this exercise by yourself. I have explained to you what relative pronouns are. Pause this video for a minute, go down to the lesson, search for relative pronouns. That is who, which, where, why, and what. Find out those in the sentences and underline those, because they are used to join the sentences. Analyze those sentences and see how these words are used to join the sentences. Okay. Next, read the following sentences. I do not distrust my faithful and loving friends. A teacher is always fair and impartial. An experiment is an unending quest. The addition of a syllabus at the beginning of a word is called a prefix. Prefixes like un, in, dis, im, etc. can be used. Okay, so now what are they saying is, in these three sentences, the underlined ones, that is dis, im, and un, are called prefixes, because trust is a word, and dis is used before trust. So that means distrust. So trust means I believe in you. Distrust means I don't believe in you. So that this is a prefix. Again, impartial. Impartial means this teacher won't behave like he is my favorite student or she is my favorite student. For her, everyone are her favorite students. So that is called impartial. Partial is a word. Im is a prefix. Ending is a word. Unending means there is no stop. So un is a prefix. So all these that come before the word are called as prefixes. So let's go to the exercise. Add a prefix and make the word mean the opposite. So as I've told you, when you add a prefix to the word, it becomes the opposite of that word. Like ending, opposite is unending. So un is the prefix added to ending, which made it the opposite of ending. Okay, so now let's see. Dependent, independent, in is the prefix. Expected, unexpected, un is the prefix. Like, dislike, so dis is the prefix. Honor, dishonor, dis is a prefix. Employed, unemployed, un is the prefix. Experienced, inexperienced, in is the prefix. Complete, incomplete, in is the prefix again. So I'll show you the solutions. Note down the answers. See, active, inactive, dependent, independent, expected, unexpected, like, unlike, honor, dishonor, employed, unemployed, experienced, inexperienced, complete, incomplete. Okay. Note down those. Next. Writing practice. Okay, so now because you don't have a partner, what you can do is write down questions and answer them by yourself. Choose an artist, dancer, sculptor, craftsman in your locality and collect the following information about them. So this is again, this should be done by you. Take this as your homework. Choose someone like this or anyone in your locality who does a job, and ask these questions to them and write down the answers to them. Okay, based on the answers, write a paragraph on the information that you have collected about that person. Okay. Okay, here, this is a very interesting exercise. Write down a few questions you would like to ask Bichendri Pal if you would meet her. So you can ask questions like, how was your experience when you climbed the Mount Everest? Or how did you train other girls to climb the Mount Everest? Or how did your family support you? Or you can ask, how did you grow up? What was the hard work that you did to climb the Mount Everest. So you can ask such kind of questions. So you have different questions. Your friend might have different questions to ask Bichendripal. So write down those questions in the blanks. Oh, these abbreviations. Expand the following abbreviations and add 2 more of your choice. Okay, so now abbreviations are these SSLC. So abbreviations are the short form of a long word. We use the short form, that is called abbreviations. As I've told you before when we were reading the lesson, now let's write the full form for these abbreviations. SSLC, Secondary School Leaving Certificate. BA means Bachelor of Arts. Always remember, B means Bachelor, M means Masters. In these kind of abbreviations, BA, Bachelor of Arts, BEd, Bachelor of Education, MSc, Masters of Science. So, okay, this. BA means Bachelor of Arts, BEd, Bachelor of Education, MSc, Master of Science. So these two we can write by our own. So you can write anything. Here they have written MED, that is Master of Education, BBM, that is Bachelor of Business Management. You can write any other degree that your brother, sister, or your cousins have done. Okay, next. Make a list of the qualities you admire in your parents. Have you inherited them? If yes, write in your notebook. Okay, so write the list of qualities. Okay, so you have your parents. You might like something in your parents. Like you can write how much you like your parents caring for you. Like your mother gives you food, your father works for you. So you can write down those qualities and write down if you have got those qualities from your parents. Okay, next, discuss in groups. Add a few more awards given in our country other than the ones mentioned in the lesson. Okay, so these are about the lesson, the awards that they have shown in the lesson. Arjuna Award is a national award given to recognize excel in sports. This I have told you what Arjuna Award is. Next, the Padma Shri Award. So again, Padma Shri Award is an award that is given to very few citizens in our country. Okay, see, let's read. Padma Shri Award. Padma Shri is the 4th highest civilian award in the Republic of India after the Bharat Ratna, Padma Vibhushan and Padma Bhushan. It is awarded to civilians of India to recognize their distinguished contribution in various spheres of activity. So what does this mean? It means that, so there are certain awards that are given to few citizens of India for the contributions or for the help they have done for our country, out of which one is Padma Shri Award. So there are 4 awards, the highest award being Bharat Ratna, then it is the Padma Vibhushan, then it is the Padma Bhushan, then it is the Padma Shri. So these awards are given to very few citizens of India. Padma Bhushan. It is awarded to recognize distinguished service of high order to the nation in any field. So this is given to someone who have done very good, extraordinary work. Next, Param Veers. It is India's highest military decoration awarded for the highest degree of valor or self-sacrifice in the presence of the enemy. So Param Veer, as the name suggests, means strong, brave. So this Paramveer Award is given to the military people for how the Indian army means military. So how they sacrifice their lives to protect us. So when they are fighting with the enemy, if they show some skill or if they do something to protect our country in a very unique way that saved many lives, that award is given to that person. Bharat Ratna. It is the highest award a human being can ever get in our country. The official criteria for awarding is to be conferred for the highest degrees of national service. That means with whatever that individual has done, if it has helped everyone in the country, then that is called as Bharat Ratna Award. This includes artistic, literature, and scientific achievements. Okay, so that, note down those awards. Okay, this you can do by yourself. Find out things used by mountaineers, collect pictures, and prepare an album. Suggested reading. So now the suggested reading is, if you are interested, if you really like this reading this lesson, and if you are interested to know more about mountaineering, then you can go through these books: Himalayan Journal, Tenzing Norgay, and Sherpas of Everest. Okay, so that is it for this lesson, Journey to the Top. Let me know if you have any more doubts in the comment section below. Thank you. Have a nice day, and I'll see you in the next video.